Good morning, dear students. In the last class, we have done up to question number 9. Now I am taking question number 10. Prove that angle between two tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the points of contact at the center. So what is the meaning of this statement? Let us see. This is a circle. This is the circle. Okay. And there are two tangents from an external point, say P. From here, this is one tangent and this is another tangent. Now at this point P, this is an angle formed by these two tangents. Now here is the center O. Now this is A, point A, suppose this is point B. This is point B. So according to the question, that this angle and the angle subtended by this chord joining this point of contact and this point of contact means when we will join this point A and B, these are called points of contact. No, if we join this A with B, I get a chord here. I get a chord here. So this is the chord. Okay, this chord, when these endpoints of the chord, if we join with O, then we will get an angle here at the center of the circle. Here this is an angle at the center, this is an angle. So according to statement, according to the question, this angle and this angle supplementary angle, means their sum is 180 degree. Very simple. How? Because this is radius, then this angle PAO will be 90 degree because PA is tangent. Angle between radius and tangent is always 90 degree. Similar way, this angle also is 90 degree. So in a quadrilateral PAOB, sum of these two angles 180 degree, then sum of the remaining two also is 180 degree. That is the whole thing about. So we will give the proof this way. So angle APB plus angle AOB we have to show as 180 degree. Angle APB means this angle AOB is this angle. We have to show as 180 degree. Here what I have written, O is the center of the circle. O is the center. PA and PB are two tangents to the circle. So this is the whole thing. Now let us write the proof. We will write that statement. Since radius is perpendicular to a tangent at the point of contact, therefore angle PAO, this angle is equal to 90 degree. Similarly, angle PBO is also equal to 90 degree. Okay. So angle PAO equal to PBO, both are 90 degree each. Okay. So in quadrilateral PBOA or PAOB, in that sum of the four angles is 360 degree. So what I said, I wrote here. In quadrilateral PAOB, angle P plus angle PAO plus angle AOB plus angle PBO is equal to 360 degree. So angle P means angle APB actually. You can write the full name APB also. Angle PAO already I have shown you, that is 90, plus angle AOB as it is, plus angle PBO, which is also 90, is equal to 360 degree. This is angle sum property of quadrilateral. No? So here we are getting angle APB plus angle AOB, that is equal to 360 minus 90 plus 90, 180. Therefore angle APB plus angle AOB, 360 minus 180 is 180. Proved. Okay, students, this is the whole proof. Question number 11 is, prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. What is the meaning of it? So here this is the circle. Parallelogram circumscribing a circle means outside a circle there will be a parallelogram. So this is a parallelogram. This is, I am going to draw a parallelogram which will circumscribe this circle. Meaning, when we say the circle is circumscribed by the parallelogram, we mean that all the sides of the parallelogram will touch the circle. That means every side of this parallelogram ABCD has become tangent for this circle. So this AB has touched the circle here at say P, and this BC has touched at Q, suppose, no, and CDA as at suppose R, and DA at suppose S. So this P, Q, R, S are the points of contact. This circle is inside the parallelogram, and speciality is that all the sides of the parallelogram touched by the circle. Now we need to prove that this ABCD is a parallelogram also, means it is already a parallelogram. We need to show ABCD as a rhombus. So that is the whole thing about. So we will have to write in figure ABCD is a parallelogram which circumscribes a circle. Okay. Then to prove ABCD is a rhombus, we are going to show that ABCD is a rhombus. What is the speciality of rhombus? That all sides of a rhombus are equal. That means we have to prove that AB, BC, CD, DA all are equal. So we start with, since it is a parallelogram, we can start with opposite sides. So you can say in proof ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, we can say side AB is equal to side CD. ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, AB equal to CD. So, look at the diagram. See, AB can be splitted as AP plus PB, no? Or you can say yes, AP plus PB. Or CD can be splitted as CR plus DR. We can write like that, CR plus DR. And this CR equal to CQ, DR equal to DS. You can proceed that way. And this DS is what? AB minus AS. So suppose I write here AB as it is. CD, I change it into CR plus DR. Then CR is what? CR is equal to CQ. I can write here CQ also. And DR is equal to DS I can write, because DR and DS, they are tangents from extended point. So CR and CQ, tangents from extended point. So DR can be substituted by DS. So you can say here, since CR equal to CQ and DR equal to DS. Okay. So after this, CQ is a part of BC. You can write it as BC minus BQ. This whole BC minus this BQ is CQ. So CQ can be substituted by BC minus BQ plus DS. DS also can be substituted by DS. You see, DS is a part of AS. AD. AD minus AS. You can write here AD minus AS. Okay. This is BC minus BQ plus DS we have substituted by writing AD minus AS. Is it clear, students? Now you see here, the left hand side part of this is AB. It should not be forgotten. Now BC and AD, this BC and this AD both are opposite sides of the parallelogram. That's why they are equal. So this BC also can be written as AD only here. Here I can say BC or this AD can be substituted by this BC only, because AD is same as BC. So that is what I am going to write in the next line. Just you see. So in this line, what you can write? Here BC as BC minus BQ. BQ can be substituted by another part there in the diagram. Just look at the diagram here. This we have BQ. BQ can be substituted by BP. Okay, BQ can be substituted by BP, and AS can be substituted by AP, because they are also tangents from external point. So where AS is there, we will write AP. Where BQ is there, we will write BP. Okay. So this BQ I am substituting by BP, tangents from external point, and plus AD. AD can be written as BC also, because AD and BC are opposite sides of the parallelogram. So you should understand this, AD and BC are opposite sides, that's why they are equal. BQ is equal to BP, the region is there, they are tangents from external point, and BC is BC only, minus AS. As I told you, AS also can be substituted by AP, because tangents from external point. So this AS is equal to AP. Clear? Just look at the diagram, everything will be very clear. So here we have BC plus BC, 2 times BC. Minus BP minus AP together you write in bracket. So it will be BP plus AP. Because if you take this minus as a common, then it will be BP and this will be AP plus inside. No? These two are together here. So it is 2 times BC minus BP plus AP. Look at the diagram. So look at the diagram. AP equal to AS and BP equal to BQ. So this AP plus BP is equal to another AB. Okay, no? And this BC equal to AD. That's why we have replaced this AD by another BC. So here twice BC, and this is BP plus AP is another AB. And our left hand side must not be forgotten. What was that left hand side? AB. Now this AB also you transpose to the left hand side. Then this AB plus this AB will be twice AB. You understand now? Twice AB equal to twice BC. Then 2 to cancel from here. So we will get here AB equal to BC. So what you are getting? AB equal to BC. Just you look at the diagram. In parallelogram AB equal to BC. This is parallelogram ABCD. A, B, C, D. Now we are arriving at AB equal to BC. But AB is already equal to DC, because opposite sides of a parallelogram. Again this BC also equal to AD. Then at the end what we got? AB equal to BC, AB equal to DC, BC equal to AD. Then it's all are equal to each other. You can say like this. But AB is already equal to DC, because opposite sides of a parallelogram. Therefore, and you can say BC is also equal to AD. Therefore, AB equal BC equal CD equal DA. All are equal. Therefore, ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. In a quadrilateral, when all sides are equal, it is called a rhombus. So, in question number 12, you see there is a circle inside a triangle, and the circle touches all the sides of the triangle, and the circle divides the base of the triangle ABC at point D into 2 parts of length 8 cm and 6 cm respectively. Means B to D is 8 cm, D to C is 6 cm. That means whole BC is 8 plus 6, 14. And our question is here, what is the length of AB and what is the length of AC? Also you are given the radius of the circle, OD is given to you, that is 4 cm. Radius is there, one side completely it is given, and you have to find out the other 2 sides, their lengths you have to say. Okay. Before going for the solution, I would like to tell you one thing here. This part will be equal to this part BD, because they are tangents from the external point. When it is 8, this will be also 8. Then when it is 6, this will be also 6 by the same rule, no? Because tangents from external point. So this is 8 we got here, this is 6 we got here. So now we have to find out what is this length. What is this length? That is our job. Otherwise, our answer is almost means half done, you can say. So just let's start. Okay, students, which one formula will start? Because I have taught you one theorem that radius of an incircle of a triangle. What is incircle? Incircle is a circle inside a triangle, and there is not a simply circle inside a triangle. The circle should touch all the sides of the triangle, then only it will be called incircle. So this is our incircle. Then its radius and the area and perimeter of the triangle. All these three things have got one relation. The relation we know what is that? R equal to, so here what I am going to write, radius R of an incircle of a triangle ABC is given by, so this formula that I am writing here, it is not that suddenly I am giving from somewhere. This formula means how it is derived, I have given in one of the theorems. So you go through those videos nicely, there it is. Okay, and you should practice also. This theorem also is asked sometimes in board exam. So 2 times the area of the triangle ABC by perimeter of the triangle, ABC. Okay, that means here we have the radius of the circle given to us, that is 4 centimeter, but we don't have the area of the triangle. We can write like this only, area of triangle ABC divided by 2 times area of triangle ABC, now by perimeter of the triangle ABC. Now we have to get reduce these two things, then we can solve it for unknown. Okay, for the time being we stop here and we'll try to see whether perimeter can be calculated or not. Look at the diagram. This is the diagram. In this diagram, just I will mark the parts that are given to us. 6 centimeter here, 8 centimeter here. Then this part also will be 8, because you know tangents from external point are equal. If it is 6, this will be also 6. But this portion is not given to us. This portion, let us say x. Then this portion also will be equal to x only. Means from here to this point. Okay, and from here to this point, this is x suppose. So we have to give some names for our convenience. Let us say this is point E suppose, and this is point F suppose. Okay, so from diagram AE equal to AF equal to x, that we will write. From figure AE equal to AF equal to x. Okay, therefore AB equal to AF plus FB. So AF is what? X, and FB is what? 8. That is AB. Next AC equal to AE plus EC, that is equal to x plus 6. So this is AC. And BC equal to 6 plus 8, that is equal to 14 centimeter. Now see, these 3 parts we have, this AB we have, this is AB, x plus 8. AC we have, that is x plus 6. Okay, and we have BC also. BC is what? 14. Then sum of these 3 sides AB, AC, BC is called perimeter of the triangle. Therefore perimeter of triangle ABC, perimeter is always sum of the 3 sides, AB plus BC plus AC. Okay, then AB is what? X plus 8. BC is 14. AC is x plus 6. Then together here x plus x, twice x. 8 plus 6, 14, 14 plus 14, 28. 2 is a common factor here. If I take 2 as a common factor, there will be x and here will be 14. because 2 into 14 is 28. So this is perimeter of the triangle ABC. After getting the perimeter of the triangle ABC, we can try for writing the area of triangle ABC. So for that we need Heron's formula to use. Okay, we will use Heron's formula. In Heron's formula, one important symbol is S. S is called semi-perimeter of triangle. Semi-perimeter of triangle ABC means half of the perimeter. Perimeter by 2. What is perimeter? That you divide by 2, called semi-perimeter. So perimeter is what? 2 times, we got 2 times x plus 14. 2 times x plus 14 divided by 2. Okay. Then this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. This perimeter from the previous line, no? So what you got? The value of S is equal to x plus 14. Now by Heron's formula, if we express the area of triangle by Heron's formula, area of triangle AR full stop means area. Area of triangle ABC is equal to under root S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. So here under root S is x plus 14. X plus 14 in bracket, but again S is x plus 14 minus A, one of the sides, say 14, one side is 14. Again S is x plus 14 minus B, another side you write, that is x plus 6, or okay, x plus 6 you write, but plus 6 will become here minus 6 because minus is there in front. Again S is x plus 14 minus the C is what? X plus 8 you write. So x plus 8, that can be written as minus 8, bracket closed. So we get here, you understand now? This is value of S, value of S, value of S, and this is S, value of S. Then A means 14, B means x plus 6, since minus is here, that's why minus 6. Then C means x minus 8, means x plus 8, but it will be minus 8. So now after simplifying, you are going to get here under root x plus 14 as it is, plus 14 minus 14 cancel inside, then here will be only x into, then x and x will get cancelled, plus x and minus x, 14 minus 6 is 8 into, then plus x and minus x cancel, then 14 minus 8 is 6. So the perimeter is under root 8 6 are 48, x bracket x plus 14. This is perimeter, area of the triangle. So this is area of the triangle ABC. Area of the triangle ABC got, perimeter already we have. Let us use the formula again. So again we are writing the formula, therefore R equal to, equation 1. Let us say that is equation 1. This is equation 1. We are taking the equation 1 once again. Okay. What is that? 4 equal to 2 times of area of the triangle divided by perimeter of the triangle ABC. So equation 1 implies 4 is equal to 2 into area of triangle ABC by perimeter of triangle ABC. Perimeter of triangle ABC. So here 2 into area of triangle ABC. Just now we got under root 48x into x plus 14 divided by perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter of the triangle is what? 2 into x plus 14, and here is a 4. Okay, I am showing you which value is what. This value is, here this value is area of the triangle. Area of the triangle, look at this heading. Area of the triangle ABC is this one, under root 48x into x plus 14, and perimeter of the triangle ABC, here is the value of the perimeter of the triangle ABC is equal to what? 2 times x plus 14. That's why this value and that value is taken in that formula. So that's why you can see here 2 times x plus 14 and 2 times this area of the triangle 48x into under root 48x into x plus 14. 2 cancel from both sides. From numerator and denominator 2 is cancelled. Now squaring, to remove this square root sign, we are squaring both sides. Means squaring 4 square equal to squaring this right hand side under root 48x into x plus 14 divided by x plus 14 the whole square. We are squaring both the sides so that we can get rid of this square root sign. After squaring, what shall we get here? 4 square is 16 is equal to square root of 48, square root of this whole thing, and when it is squared, it will be, the square root sign will get removed with this power, no? So it will be just 48x into x plus 14. But this denominator was not under this square root sign, so that's why when you square this whole thing, numerator denominator, then this denominator will get squared like this, x plus 14 the whole square. It will get a power 2 here. Okay, now x plus 14 and here x plus 14 2 times. If one time you cancel with this, because this is single term, the single time, and here 2 times it is there, so 2 times from that, one time when you cancel the power only like this. We will understand that only one of these 2 is cancelled with this, no? Means here x plus 14 into x plus 14, one x plus 14 is cancelled, another x plus 14 is remaining. That is the meaning of it. So what shall we do here? This x plus 14 which is remaining, I am taking in this left hand side, with this cross multiplied. 16 times x plus 14 is equal to right hand side 48x only. Now from here, because this is cancelled, from here this 16 you take to the right hand side, so it will be x plus 14 is equal to 48x by this 16 will come here. 16 can divide 48 3 times, 16 3s are 48. So the result will be like this. This x also you take that side, this will be 14 is equal to, this is 3 into x, then this x comes here minus x. So you get here 14 is equal to 3x minus x twice x. So from here 2 you take to the left hand side, 14 by 2 is equal to x. Therefore x is equal to 7. But it was not our target was AC and AB. Therefore AB equal to, it was x plus 8. No, AB was x plus 8. Therefore it will be 7 plus 8 is equal to 15 centimeter. And AC was x plus 6 and x is 7. 7 plus 6 is equal to 13 centimeter. So this is our answer. See, dear students, question number 13, what it says? Prove that opposite sides of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angles at the center of the circle. Opposite sides of a quadrilateral which circumscribes a circle. So a quadrilateral you draw outside a circle so that all sides of the quadrilateral touch by the circle. So here you see, it is just a quadrilateral touching all the sides are touched by the circle. The circle is inside, so that's why we call the circle is circumscribed by the quadrilateral. This A, B, C, D is a quadrilateral. Now the question is here, you have to prove that this is the center here. We have to prove that opposite sides of the quadrilateral will subtend angles at the center of the circle, meaning you join endpoints of the sides with the this one center, then you will get an angle here at the center. You will get an angle here at the center. This angle and this angle, when you join this C with O and with D, Okay, so this angle and here this angle, these two angles are supplementary angles. We have to show, means their sum is 180 degree, or this angle plus this angle supplementary angles. Once you prove these two angles sum as 180 degree, then automatically you can say, means directly you can say this angle plus this angle so 180 degree. So just it is enough to show that these two are supplementary. So this is the whole thing about. These two angles are said to be subtended by AB and this DC, opposite sides of the quadrilateral. So here given thing is, so we are solving question number 13. First we will write given step. What is given? ABCD is a quadrilateral, which, so ABCD is a quadrilateral which circumscribes a circle whose center is O. So to prove angle AOB plus angle COD, their sum is 180 degree. We have to show. Proof. As I told you before, these two are tangents now. No? These two are tangents. Means AB is tangent, AD also is tangent because they are from external point and they are touching the circle. So then this angle and this angle are equal. That means this angle X and this also will be X only. That is X will be half of angle A. Like that here, these two angles are also equal. This angle equal to this angle. If we say this is Y, this is also Y. Okay, no? So from figure we can say both these parts are equal. That is the reason that tangents from an external point of a circle are equally inclined to the line joining the point and the center. Means this is the line joining A with center O. Therefore, to this line, both these tangents will be equally inclined. That's why this angle equal to here this angle. So we can say like this: X is equal to, or you can say angle OAB equal to half of angle. Let us say instead of saying X, let us say angle 1. This one suppose angle 2. No need of saying XY. Let us say angle 1 and angle 2. This angle 2. Okay, now here at B, this is angle 2, and this here at A, this is angle 1. This part. So I'll write like this: angle 1 is equal to half of the angle this DAB or BAD. Similarly, what is the region here? That statement you have to write: tangents from an external point of a circle. So angle 1 equal to half of angle BAD because of this region. Tangents from an external point of a circle are equally inclined to the line joining the point and the center. Similarly, after that no need of writing this statement again and again. Similarly, you can say similarly angle 2 also is half of angle ABC. Then the same way you can say here this angle, say let us mark this angle as 3, is half of angle BCD. This angle is 4 suppose, which is half of angle ADC. Like that you can say angle 3 is equal to half of angle BCD, and angle 4 is equal to half of angle ADC. Now you add this 1, 2 first and you get the sum of 1 and 2 as this way. We see angle 1 plus angle 2 and this angle. Look at the diagram. Angle 1, angle 2 and this angle AOB. What is their sum? 180 degree. No? Angle 1. So I wrote here angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle AOB is equal to 180 degree. Angle sum property of triangle. From here we can extract the angle AOB separately like this. Angle AOB is equal to 180 minus bracket angle 1 plus angle 2. Okay. angle 1 plus angle 2. Similar way, what we can say? See, just now we got angle AOB as angle 1 plus angle 2. Similar way, you can say angle COD as angle 180 degree minus angle 3 plus angle 4. We can say that way. Angle COD is equal to also 180 degree minus angle 3 plus angle 4. Angle 3 plus angle 4 in bracket. Now add both these angles, means AOB and COD. Now angle AOB adding with angle COD, we will get like this. Look at this. This is AOB. You are adding with COD. Then this is the expression. Then 180 plus 180. What is their sum? 360. Add directly like this. 360 minus, here also there is minus, here also there is minus. So use this minus as a common sign, common factor. You can take minus 1, minus 1. So here inside angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4. You will get like this. So you are getting 360, I am writing here, 360 minus angle 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Look at their expressions. Now angle 1 is whose half? Half of BAD. Angle 2 half of ABC. Angle 3 half of BCD. Angle 4 half of ADC. All these 4 angles are half of the other angles. No? So then we will say like this. We will replace this 1, 2, 3, 4 by these expressions. Taking half as a common factor, we can write BAD plus ABC plus BCD plus ADC. So all these angles are half of, they are having half as a common factor. Then angle 1 is half of BAD. You say BAD here because half is taken as a common factor. Plus angle 2 is half of ABC. So you write here ABC only because half is out. Then angle 3 you replace by half of BCD. So you write only BCD because half is out. Plus lastly angle 4. Angle 4 is half of ADC. ADC you write because half is already taken here. So now you see these are 4 angles of the quadrilateral ABCD. Quadrilateral ABCD's 4 angles are angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. And their sum is 360 degree. So in this part what we can write here, students, in this part what we can write, this whole thing you can write as 360. So our outcome will be like this, 360 minus half into sum of these 4 angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So you can say that is since angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. That's why. Then this half will cancel this 360. That is 180. So 360 minus 1 into 180. That is 360 minus 180 is 180 only. So this is angle AOB plus COD. Thus angle AOB plus angle COD is equal to 180 degree. That is sum of the two angles subtended by the two opposite sides of a quadrilateral at the center is 180 degree. Okay, they are supplementary angles. So this is the end of this exercise. Students, repeat all the questions and solve some extra questions also. And any special doubt you have, you let me know. Thank you.